Okay, next movie. And our next movie is Last Exit to Brooklyn, which in almost every way is not only the opposite of, but even the antidote to Bird on a Wire. This is a grungy, violent, dirty, violent, and depressing film about people who mostly even see themselves as the dregs of humanity, and yet it's an exhilarating film all the same because there is human life here. The movie takes place in the early 1950s in Brooklyn, not far from the Brooklyn Navy Yard, where striking workers are faced with scabs who want their jobs. The movie stars Stephen Lang as Harry Black, the manager of the strike office. He is secretly a homosexual, something he tries to hide, and he has spent the night with a lover instead of at his strike job.
Darlin's in charge of investigating what happened at the riot. Where were you in the morning when the trucks came in? Because nobody got to me for almost 2 hours. And by that time, company security was there, and the cops were there, and where the were you?
Harry gets fired by union official Jerry Orbach, who is one of the few fairly happy people in this film. Another subplot involves Burt Young as a striking worker who discovers his daughter is pregnant. Ricky Lake plays the teenager.
Yeah, now you know.
Know what?
What does it look like? What, you think she's just fat?
What are you saying here? What are you saying?
What, are you stupid?
But she is fat. She's fat, then she's a virgin.
Now, no more she ain't.
And Jennifer Jason Leigh gives one of the strongest performances in the movie as Tra-La-La, a hooker who has sold herself for so long there is no self left to sell.
So you buying me a drink?
Yeah. What would you like?
The stump is dying. Maybe we ought to go somewhere else to drink.
Last Exit to Brooklyn is based on a book by Hubert Selby Jr. that was the subject of obscenity trials during the 60s in England and America, and the movie is uncompromising in its depiction of the same dark vision. This is a world without hope, a world where sex and love have less of a connection than sex and violence. It's not a happy film, but it does make you think and feel, and it creates a world that's not easy to forget. And I often ask myself, or indeed I'm asked by other people, why do you like movies like this? Right. And The Cook, the Thief, the Wife, and the Lover, and Taxi Driver, and other movies that are such downers and are about such depressing people.
Yes, and I'll tell you the reason why you like it if you won't answer your own question.
I thought maybe you would, yes.
Yeah, the reason why is really not a downer. It is exhilarating. Sure, it's a horrible life that he's depicting there, but he portrays it. Uli Edel, I believe, is the director from West Germany, and he does it in such a beautiful way that it is thrilling to see. When you have long shots of all the workers, right at the end of the picture, all workers going off to work, it's like this mass movement, and you feel, gee, that is what maybe part of the human condition is. All these people slugging it out at work, all these people tied up in their sexuality and not being satisfied, men feeling more comfortable fighting and drinking with each other than expressing their feelings. It's a whole worldview, and I think this picture is almost at the level of Sergio Leone's Once Upon a Time in America, another epic about what it's just like to live in this country.
It's a very good picture. As you mentioned, it's by a German director who also made Christiane F., that movie we liked 3 or 4 years ago about drug addiction. The whole point is, and this is the point, happy movies don't necessarily make you happy, and sad movies don't necessarily make you sad. Good movies make you happy, and bad movies make you sad. And if this is a good movie, it doesn't matter what the subject matter is because we're exhilarated by the presence of this artistic vision.
And it really is a complete vision, quite unlike anything I've seen. Coming up next, the 3rd chapter in the Back to the Future movie series. Once again, Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd co-star, this time in the Old West.
What's your name, dude?
Eastwood. Clint Eastwood.
What kind of stupid name is that?